house and set ablaze. By the time the friends were able to reach the cross, his screams had died out, and so had Lewis.
What the f*** going on here? Who's doing this?
But just as he said these words, Sam let out another scream and started bawling her eyes out as she saw the lifeless body of Rob. His skull was caved in, lying face down just before the sight of the cross. As everyone ran towards Sam to see why she was screaming, George stayed behind to observe the scene. The traitor stepped away from the group and quickly cloaked themselves with darkness before appearing directly behind George, all in one quick motion. They kissed him on the cheek and then silenced him with a kiss on the lips as he turned around to make eye contact, while they stabbed a dagger into his back. 7 friends remain. After everyone was done saying their goodbyes, most of them started heading back towards the one light source. They didn't want to go too far into the dark. Although it was macabre, it was better to remain in the light. Leo insisted on staying with Rob's body a bit longer. Those two were always close, and they regularly spent time together without the rest of the friend group. Only Liz knew this, but Rob and Leo were secretly a couple. Leo was planning on making it official. Once Rob felt ready to be open about his sexuality, he mourned the fact that he would never get the chance and cried over the corpse of his secret lover. The traitor had to be quick, for they knew that once the others had noticed George was missing, everyone would be on their guard, and there would be no more easy targets. They would instead remain in pairs and groups. But the traitor was prepared for this to happen. The killings had to continue. They hid in the darkness again, and as he buried his head in the chest of his lost love, feeling completely broken and numb, they took advantage of his vulnerability and gagged him before putting a sack over his head while dragging him off swiftly into the shadows. Out of sight, they tied him up and left him for dead, with a heavy heart and tears streaming down his face. He was gone before too long. Time works differently here, and the darkness drains the life out of its victims. He did not know the secrets of how to safely walk in the shadows, so he was doomed from the moment he was kidnapped. His worst fear was realized, but just like George, his dead body remained undiscovered. 6 friends remained, and the first group of 4 was gone. Everything is nice.
What are you doing? Hey, what are you... Ow!
Everything is peaceful until you're
Ow!
The traitor signaled this to the cultists in their mind, and they were pleased that everything was going according to plan. Once again using the shadows as cover, they quickly rejoined the group before anyone could notice the traitor was missing.
Where's George? He was just here. Where's Leo? He stayed behind a bit longer with Rob. They didn't just wander off, did they?
No way. If you ask me, Sam is the one behind this.
Me? How dare you? Why would you say such a thing?
Because you're the first one who saw Rob's dead body. You screamed when you saw it, and you're the one who noticed Leo was gone. That just seems too convenient.
I'm not a killer and I'll prove it to you. I'll go find Leo and George.
Wait, Sam! Steve didn't mean it! He's just scared and lashing out! Come back! You don't have to do this!
But it was too late. Sam ran off into the shadows, and as she faded from their line of vision, she faded from this life as well. 5 friends remained, but the fates of 3 were unknown to them. Not letting their guard down, the 5 remaining friends sat on the ground in the light of the burning crucifixion. Fire seemed to behave differently here. It was still just as bright as it had been at its debut during the horrific display. Everyone was exhausted, and the unnatural concept of time only intensified this. Everyone was desperately trying to stay awake, terrified of what would happen if they closed their eyes. Despite their best efforts, the 5 friends drifted off to sleep, but only 4 friends stayed asleep. The traitor was immune to the realm's aura of fatigue, and was merely imitating the others. Such immunity was a major part of the training they had been doing their whole life. As the other friends slept, the traitor gathered the corpses of Sam, Leo, and George and put them in plain sight. Sam's fear of success had been realized. Her death was proof that she wasn't the killer, and as promised, she found George and Leo, just not in life. The traitor then went back to their spot and pretended once again to be asleep. When the other friends awoke, they would see the 3 corpses of those who they had thought were missing. Now, without a shadow of a doubt, there was proof that only 5